So this is the inside of the toolbox, and I don't know if you guys can see that. The washers look a little crushed. And then when I go under to see how everything's attached, it's a self-tapping screw. Yeah, okay. So one of the first upgrades might be to get some real bolts in there with some real washers. This tongue box is held on with self-tapping screws, and kind of poking out. I don't like that, and it almost looks like they used like a really cheap fender washer, because the fender washer looks like it's sunken in, bent, and I want to, fix that, use some better hardware. So Jesus. Okay, so I decided to take all the self-tapping screws out and just prop this thing up, because I wanted to get a look back there on top of the supports, because I knew there was stuff rusting. That's the iron shards from the self-tapping screws rusting out. And then just wanted to show you how the inside of these tubes start rusting. So you got to get something in there right away, like fluid film. And then here's the fluid film. That stuff on the top. Yeah. See that rust? It looks like the shavings from the self-tapping screw, but it does go back along the seam of the tube. So yeah, I'm going to clean all this up a little bit and then redo it with some AN bolts on at least the front, because I can get to the inside of the tube that way. I think I can get to the back of the tube for the back bolts. Might require some creativity with a wrench and a magnet to hold the nut. Alright, so I got the thing propped up on a aluminum step here, so I didn't have to disconnect all the electric to get to these things. So I drilled this out to a well nut made for a number 8 machine screw. I guess I could have done a number 10, but I didn't want the hole to become too big and then take strength away from this. I have to think about that for a second, because these A pieces also take some of the load, so it's probably good enough with the number 8 well nut, because y'all have 1/4 inch out here and out here, and I'm not even sure the middle of the box needs to be tied down. So anyway, I've been goobering them up with fluid film, and I'm about to drill these out to 1/4 inch for these 1/4" AM bolts. Okay, so I've got the box back on. A little bit of a pain in the butt. I'll explain why in a second. AN grade, old spec AN grade aircraft hardware, 1/4" bolts. This one's 832. As I explained before, this got well nuts because I can't get to the backside, and that's empty because I accidentally pushed the well nut through, and I didn't want to take this back off again. It's fine. I'm not even sure we need these middle ones, to be honest. So, and these fender washers kind of caved in a little bit, just like the original ones did, because the diamond plate causes it to sit above the tube a little bit. So when you crank it down, there's just no getting around that washer kind of cupping. So let's go underneath a little bit. Yeah, let me get a light. So there's the front, and that's all fluid film, and then in the back there's the other one. And so I tried like heck to get a wrench back there, and I was using a magnet on the backside to hold the nut in the washer, but the wrench was just too short, and I kept banging it against the side, and it was getting magnetized and stuck to the side, and maybe I had a longer wrench that would have done it. But I didn't, and I didn't feel like going out to get or look for longer wrenches, which I'm not sure exist in my local big box store on a Sunday afternoon. So I just measured how far back that mold is, and how far over it is. I just eyeballed that, and then I drilled a large enough hole to get the washer and nut through on the end of the pencil. I didn't want to drill it any larger to get a socket through, and it worked. I got it started, and then I could get the wrench on it and just crank it down. So yeah, everybody's happy again. That's all back together. Oh boy. All right. And this should still work. Yep, that still works. All right.